7 years I swiped on these apps, on and off. You know what they said when I asked for a date? A simple date. They told me I was not romantically viable. Excuse me, sir. How'd your matchmaking go? Did you get a date? Uh, he must be romantically viable. There's a man with a smile on his face. He looks like a happy customer. That's what a romantically viable man looks like. I was not romantically viable. No, 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 no. This is what happens if you're not romantically viable. I should never have gone back to dating apps. So, yeah. For the last 6 weeks, I tried. I really did. But I realized that dating apps just aren't it. So, to recap the dating app lore of Henry's stream of consciousness, last December, I lasted 6 hours on Tinder before I was like, this is not it. And then back in April, I took my chances with Bumble, then added Hinge, and then finally decided to try out Lucid, the sober dating app, because I thought that one might actually make a lot more sense for me because I found myself instantly swiping left on any woman who indicated signs that she drinks, smokes, or does drugs. All three of which are just automatic disqualifiers for me. And I'm not going to try and change anyone's mind on that. I'd rather she be a non drinker, smoker, or drug user of her own accord, meaning she would still not be doing those things without me involved. It's just my personal preference, and I decided, you know what? These dating apps aren't going anywhere. Originally, I was going to do a video about how, actually, I already recorded a video where I talked about using AI as a dating coach. First ChatGPT, and then I migrated over to Grok because Grok has far less restraint when it comes to ChatGPT. Although to be fair, ChatGPT did was pretty good overall when all was said and done. Anyway, I used those tools to I hashed out my preferences where I figured out what I'm okay with and what I'm not okay with. I'm not going to share every little thing, but the major thing that I talk about here on this channel is, again, I will not date a woman who drinks, smokes, or does drugs. If she does any of those things, immediate disqualification from my personal dating pool. And I know that I'm excluding a lot of women on those grounds, including women who might otherwise be romantically viable. To me, of course, not other men. But yeah, the dating apps may as well have told me that I was not romantically viable. It is what it is. So yeah, it's kind of annoying, but you know what? I think it's for the better to get off these dating apps and maybe try, what was it? Speed dating. I mean, what have I got to lose? Plus, the very least, the personality gets to shine through because I saw Jack Morgan talk about how that's his name, right? Sorry, my monitor is committing serious screen image retention. I have to do some LCD conditioning after I finish this video, but yeah, dating apps, it's really not worth it because even if I paid for the premium features of being able to filter out for the preferences that are locked behind the paywall, I still would have run out of profiles to swipe on. I literally went through every profile within a 20-mile radius of me. As soon as I saw anything other than a firm no on drinking, smoking, or drugs, immediate left swipe or pressing X. So on Bumble, they have different options for the drinking question. They have yes, sometimes, rarely, no, and sober. I mean, I think no and sober are kind of redundant, but according to ChatGPT, when I asked how to define that and whether no or sober would be a better fit for me, it said to go with sober because of my pathological refusal to drink, smoke, or do drugs. Well, this is particularly focused on the drinking. Yeah, it's my choice. I stand by the choice. I refuse to compromise on that. So, I have a feeling based on the number of profiles that either had no answer to the drinking thing, because that was another thing with the drinking question. Obviously, that wasn't a thing on Lucid because the whole idea of Lucid is nobody on that app drinks. But on Bumble and Hinge, as soon as I saw anything other than no slash sober, I decided I could go with no on Bumble, though sober was my preferred choice. Hinge doesn't have that option. Hinge just has yes, sometimes or rarely, or socially. I forget if that one was an option on Bumble. I think it might have been on Hinge as well. I don't know. I just know that anytime I saw any indication that she drinks, immediate left swipe slash pressing the X button. Same thing with what was it? Same thing with smoking. Even if she chose trying to quit, immediate left swipe slash X. Yeah, I think that was only an option on Bumble. Hinge has the only has yes or no. But yeah, I do not want that around me. I have my preferences and I stand by my preferences. And then April 20th, the question on whether they did that. Again, anything other than a hard no, instant left swipe slash X. I am not going to waste time trying to convince her to quit. I am not going to be put in a position where I could be tempted into that. Not that I would actually do that, but I don't want that behavior anywhere near me. And I don't want to have to smell it. So yeah, let it go to show that I'm not, to be clear, I'm not trying to blame women for my problems. This is entirely my preferences that I just can't bring myself to compromise on. I need a hypothetical girlfriend to be on the same page as me with drinking, smoking, April 20th, and other substances. Anything other than a hard no on all four of those is an automatic disqualifier. I accept the consequences of my pool of potential matches being limited because of that. Because as I said in another video, your choices have consequences. So I'm not trying to blame all women across the board. It's entirely a me thing. And as I always say, I accept those consequences. So you know what? I think I'm going to wrap it up here for the video. I just wanted to talk about how my personal take on why dating apps are completely useless to me. Even the sober one that would have been ideal for me. So give this video a like, comment your thoughts on dating apps, whether you have any preferences that you can't compromise on as well. Subscribe for daily videos, and I'll see you soon.